Long, long ago, when animals could still speak, news of a magnificent feast began to spread. Not in the forest, not by the river, but in the sky. The birds rejoiced and flapped their wings with excitement, for the sky gods had invited them alone. But when Tortoise, slow and shelled, heard of the feast, his mouth watered, and so did his mind with plans. Tortoise, who had neither wings nor grace, went to the birds one by one, pleading humbly, "Lend me a feather, just one, so that I may join you in the feast of the heavens." Moved by his sweet words, the birds gave him what he asked. Soon, he stitched their kindness into wings of his own, a patchwork of stolen flight. As they ascended into the clouds, Tortoise smiled slyly and said, "Dear friends, in honor of the feast, let us choose new names. I shall be called, all of you." The birds chirped and laughed, thinking it a harmless joke. But the sky gods above would soon speak words that only Tortoise would twist to his gain. When they arrived at the palace in the sky, the gods welcomed them with drums and dancing. "This grand feast," the host declared, "is for all of you." And before anyone could lift a feather, Tortoise stepped forward with a bow and said, "Ah, then it is all for me." He ate, and ate, and ate. Not even a crumb remained. The birds watched in silence, stunned, betrayed, and starving. "You tricked us," they hissed. But Tortoise only burped. Without a word, the birds each snatched back their feathers, one by one, until Tortoise stood bare, helpless and ashamed. The sky began to darken. A storm was coming, and he had no wings. With no feathers and no friends, Tortoise had only one path left, down. He looked over the edge of the sky, trembling. "Tell my wife to lay out every soft thing she has," he cried below. But his wife, angry at his foolishness, laid out hard stones instead of pillows. And so, with a heavy heart and a heavier body, he jumped. Tortoise hit the earth with a terrible crack. His beautiful shell, once smooth and proud, shattered like dry clay. His wife shook her head. The sky grew quiet. Since that day, tortoises have worn cracked shells as a mark of shame, and a reminder, pride and greed will always lead to a fall. So when you see a tortoise, slow but wise, remember his fall from the sky, and let your heart walk humbly, even when your dreams take flight. If you loved this story, like and subscribe for more timeless African tales. Who knows, the next one might just change the way you see the world.